Hi, this is Matt with Inmate Search Info. Today we're going to be looking at how to find New York State inmates. And to do that, we're going to use the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision Inmate Lookup. So the New York Inmate Lookup offers a number of different ways that you can find offenders, past offenders, current people who are incarcerated, and those that have been put into the system for various reasons. The criteria that they allow you to search by is pretty typical of what we see on other state inmate searches, name obviously being the most common. The name searches that they offer are based on actual legal name. The first results you're going to get are based on a legal name. So if you happen to know someone by an alias, it may not be a result that comes up or is not populated early or readily in the results. Obviously, with New York being a larger state in terms of incarceration, common names are going to have a lot of results. So the more that you can narrow it down with other things like year of birth or even a middle initial, that can certainly help with narrowing down the results. So the way that New York does it, we'll take a quick look at a pretty common name just so you can kind of see, is as follows. Actually, we'll even throw in a birth year just so we have a little more information. So when you put in your information and submit, you'll see 4 results at a time. It's a bit of an odd way to do it. They won't give you the whole list. They don't even tell you how many results there are in total. So you can only do 4 at a time. Now in this case, when I put in the year, the birth year, it gave me those results first, and then it kind of, broadens it from there. So it starts with, 1979, went to 1980, and, there isn't really a clear sense of how they've broken it down, aside from they try to give you the best results based on what you put in first, and then move on from there. So you can see from the initial results page which facility the person's located in, race, ethnicity, and then a date of birth. So if you know the date of birth, aside from just the year, if you put that in, you should be able to narrow it down. If you don't have that information, then obviously it's a little trickier. You might have to click in on one of the results. So we'll click on someone who's maybe still in custody here. The DIN, that's the department ID number for the Department of Corrections. If you happen to have that number, obviously in that initial page, you can put that in and get right to the person that you're looking for. So in the results here, pretty stripped down. If you've seen any of the other videos we've done on other states, some will offer pictures, something a lot more extensive, kind of give even up-to-date pictures as time goes on, as they're in the system. But basically you get, the date of birth again, the name, if there is a middle initial, they'll pop that in there. And then you see their status, the custody status, where they're located, when they started in, and then you can get an idea of the types of convictions. Obviously, if there's more than one, there would be a list here, and you see the kind of sentencing that they received. So you'll have an idea of when release dates might be, if that's of interest to you, possible parole dates, things like that, and the maximum date that they would expect to be in the system, unless something else happens. And they don't have a direct link to New York, doesn't offer a direct link to the facility. These links that they have here do give you definitions. Like, so if you don't understand what a specific thing means, like, what new commitment means an admission type, you can click on there and get a definition. So they try to explain the information they have there. I'd say this housing releasing facility link is probably the most helpful because they do take you to a list of the correctional facility. Unfortunately, they don't take you straight to the one that your particular inmate, was identified as being in. So if you click through and try to find the facility, you'll have to remember which facility it was, and then kind of do a search here. It's alphabetized, or you can do it by county, or you could do it by name if you want to type in the name in there. So New York is, like I say, it's a little odd in as much as you can't get a full big long list of results, and some of the criteria is a little limited, and the way they do the results, even if you put a bunch of information in, doesn't necessarily narrow it down completely. But you are able to at least find the facility, and then on this page they do give you information about how to visit and how to make contact and things like that, which may be of interest to you. So that's pretty much it for New York. For additional resources on New York, including other types of offender searches, as well as step-by-step instructions for what we've just looked at today, helpful tips, background checks for New York, please visit our link below in the description, which will also give you the direct link to this New York inmate search function that New York offers. Thanks so much for watching.